Nithyanandam, everyone. How are you? Nice to see you. I just wanted to share a little bit of insight about yogi food groups. So there's, traditionally, or at least, some sort of so-called modernistic idea of food groups may or may not exist in various countries based on where you live and whatever decisions have been made about how to design a food guide for people. And so people generally know of different kinds of food groups. So I just wanted, whether it's dairy products or breads and cereals, fruits, vegetables, extras, or whatever they call them, right? So I just want to share a little bit about yogi food groups. So I have here a little bit of a palette of the yogi food groups. So I wanted to share, we have two main yogi food groups. Okay, so on this side, we have your Haritaki food group. So you can see behind here, you have your Haritaki and castor oil food group. Haritaki, castor oil, and this is this trifalo powder, which is made of it's made of Haritaki, and I think it's called Babitaki, and amla powder. Anyway, so you have your two main yogi food groups. You have your castor oil and Haritaki food group, and you have your herbal drinks food group. Okay, so it's simplified life and living. We got something going on over there. So we have simplified life and living, right? So you don't have to worry about 5 or 6 or 7 different food groups and 1,000 different kinds of foods. Yogis just have 2 food groups. The Haritaki castor oil food group and the herbal drinks food group. Okay, so it's really simple. So I just wanted to share that. So simplify your life. We'll do a quick sharing later on about how we can say an urban yogi can take a bath. I know Ashutoshananda, he did a great video about how to take a bath, which surprisingly is something that actually we need to learn about, given some of the restrictions and pollutants in water these days and additives. So I just wanted to share a simplified understanding of what people always ask, what to eat and how to eat. So here it is. 2 food groups. Yogis have 2 food groups. Your Haritaki castor oil and your herbal drinks. Okay, so that's what we have here. I'll just quickly take a look at what is the herbal drinks, so-called herbal drinks anyway. Frankly, we have some coffee here. Okay, and this is just tea, just the black tea. And so then here's your ginger. So this is for your suku coffee, right? And so this is used, whether it's I think it's called calcium, many things, panagam you can make. Ginger, actually I'll just take a few moments and go through some of the benefits of these things. Castor oil is a great lubricant for your body for heat. Also, when you sleep in the night, keep a cold towel on your stomach. That helps with frustration, anger, fear, doubt, greed, worry, anxiety. And if you are reducing your diet or on a liquid diet to cool the body and relieve yourself and your system of a lot of these emotions, it's an incredible thing to do. Just try it. Just practice unclutching. It means just following not your thoughts and whatever. And when you go to sleep, just put a wet towel on your stomach and keep it there. You'll see how cooling and relieving it is. So castor oil is good for many things. You can take you can test it out. It's great for cleaning the intestine. You can take 1 tablespoon per day or more, but try it out. Same thing with Haritaki. You can take it, I mean, you can take even like a half a teaspoon after every meal if you want to. Brushing your teeth with it is a traditional toothpaste. This can be mixed with salt, charcoal powder, and neem powder, and salt. You can also take bath with this. It's really good. And actually they can make stone deities out of Haritaki if you add water. It becomes very hard. So then Trifala is fairly similar type kind of thing. So then we're over onto the herbal drinks, which I'll just also say includes things like Arogampal, which is like a Durva grass, and Bilva leaf powder, Tulsi leaf powder, turmeric and honey with lemon is a great thing to have first thing when you first wake up. Have a hot 1 cup of that. Turmeric with honey and lemon. First thing goes in your body. Turmeric and honey are both like super spices, but when you mix them together, it's one of those things that has super impact, like mixing fresh coconut with jaggery, for example. So that's something you can do. So then an hour after you wake up or so, have a cup of neem juice, which is you can just have neem leaves boiled or neem powder with hot water. So that helps remove anger, frustration, and the lust hormones from the body. So you should have that once in 24 hours. It helps flush that out. So that's it. You got your black tea. If you feel you want to try it, be careful. I usually have about half a cup is enough before it starts to affect the nervous system too much. Same thing with coffee. If I'm feeling kind of out of it, then I'll just have maybe half a cup just to make sure that I'm alert. Ginger is one of the best things you can do for your life. A lot of mood swings are essentially directly have to do with not even emotions, okay? It's just your chemicals in your body. So chemicals flow in your body is closely related to your liver, and the fat on your liver is your liver that accumulates. So this ginger, as well as haritaki, it melts fat on your liver. So that's why you should take these at least once every day, especially men, because we have a lot of that testosterone kind of thing to deal with, and that's why you need to take neem juice. You can use neem powder to take a bath. So when you're taking a bath, you can use neem powder. You can use haritaki, but be careful because it does harden when it dries. So wherever it's stuck on the body or otherwise, it becomes very hard. So, but turmeric you can use for bathing, but neem powder is a really good one, especially for male bodies. And you can use vibhuti, this white powder, basma. So these are the kinds of things you can use for soap. And the what's it called? Shikake, like a soap nut powder kind of thing you can use for traditional soap. You can use a bit of lemon if you need to, or baking soda. So just have a little bucket of water and use a rag and clean yourself, and then use the bucket to dry yourself off or rinse yourself off. So it doesn't take much water. You can take a nice bath with one and a half, 2 liters of water. So you can harvest rainwater, and you don't have to use fluoride water for bathing. Anyway, this is an incredible thing, ginger powder, okay? So of course, as much as possible, everything should be organic, because there's a difference between the chemical fertilizers used and organic fertilizers. Even if it comes out to be so-called the same chemical compound, whether it's synthesized through chemical processes or naturally occurring, it does have a different energetic impact. It actually does. People will say there's no difference, but actually the intention and nature and source of things matters, not just our observation of them. So this, I'm going to say a few things about ginger powder because it's super amazing. You can add it to tea, add it to coffee, have it just by itself with hot water, or you can make like a ginger, that's a ginger tea. So you can add some jaggery if you need to. Lemon is really good. I always add a bit of turmeric with almost everything. And you can drop in the, the other, whether it's tulsi powder, bilva powder, or whatever you have, curry leaf powder. It has a lot of iron, so if you want to have some iron, it's good. Drop that in your coffee or whatever you're drinking. This ginger powder, so a really great kind of drink. You can make the panagam. Okay, so you have this ginger powder with black pepper, lemon, and jaggery and water. So you can have that hot or cold. It's super excellent. Then you can make like kashyam, which is like this ginger with forgetting right now, waiting to remember what is the other thing you want to add for that. But basically that's it. Ginger tea means just put this with hot water. Then you want to add black pepper or lemon, or however much jaggery you want. Then this is something ginger. Just drink ginger. Okay, so that's what. If you're feeling like you want something to pick you up, it's best to have that. If you keep your body clean, meaning mostly liquid foods, then these things give you a lot of energy. You'll be shocked how much energy ginger can give you. And this is the other thing I wanted to mention, like this is a licorice powder called Adimadaram. So licorice root powder. So this is also very great for energy and for building muscle. Okay, what also builds muscle is malic acid. So it's like that is. So there's just a few herbs like this. You can have an amazing variety of foods. Okay, and all liquids. So that's the thing. If you want to have a bit of tea or coffee, that's okay. Then have a bit. But if you feel like you don't necessarily need that kick, then just have ginger tea or have this is licorice root powder tea, Adimadaram tea. Okay, so you can mix this with ginger also and lemon, and you'll see. So there's tremendous things. This licorice root powder is so sweet. You literally don't add. You see, don't add jaggery to it because it's too sweet. I did it once and I couldn't even drink it, and I generally like sweet things. So this pretty much everything is here. Aside from that, tulsi leaf powder, bilva leaf powder, and then turmeric, black pepper, lemon, and this malic acid. So specifically for building muscle, malic acid and this licorice root powder. Okay. Then in terms of just having a tea, go with ginger tea, and you could add mix as you want, right? And then your basic foods, take this morning and night. Your first food group of castor oil and haritaki powder, take it morning and night. First thing in the morning, you have turmeric tea, follow it with neem juice. Then whenever you're ready for the licorice root tea or this ginger tea, if you're feeling real kind of sleepy, of course you want to mix this with yoga and unclutching, teaching meditation, so you're in that practice, and completion, just so you're building yourself psychologically also. So all that together makes a great thing. Of course you have to do the early morning routine, including the cold bathing and the panchakriyas, which is cleaning the nose and the eyes, and taking these with neem juice and doing the water enema. So you have to do a water enema to clean your intestine, because when you keep your intestine clean, your personality changes. So you can purify your personality, your life, and your being by keeping your intestine not full of shit, having that, because your system actually becomes accustomed to that and then wants that. So these are chemical things beyond our control. So that's why our mood changes so much when our foods change. So when you're detoxing, you'll experience that. Need a lot of cooling. So doing the yoga to build the muscle, and then supporting the muscle growth with the licorice root powder and malic acid, and then deep breathing helps the body get protein. The more pranic breathing you can do, prana actually is what builds muscles, the life energy, not necessarily just the protein. The life energy is more important than protein itself when building muscle. So when you can ingest more protein through your deep breathing and heavy exercise, say 1200 deep breaths. So your morning routine happening between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. should include 1200 deep breaths. Means like heavy, deep, long breaths that go like to the level of the knees, right? So deep inhale, exhaling, intense workout. So these are the ways to open up the pranic passages to train your body to use energy from the sun. So what we have to understand is the evolution from amoeba to like fish, pig, monkey, human, and the birds are in there. So that's the evolution, right? The evolution. So the next level evolution has all the qualities of the previous evolutionary body. So the human body has all the qualities and abilities that all the previous evolutionary bodies have. So our body also, we know, gets energy from the sun and can take energy from the air around us and from the ether, from the space. Our body can literally fly. And this is one of the yogic powers, whether it's levitation or more. So our body has the abilities, you just have to train it. So you have to go push the body to the survival mode where it gets into the survival need and turns into the DNA and says, hey, we're not getting tons and tons of starches and foods dumped on my body. How should I get energy? It opens up the intelligence and retrain the cells. So that retraining, readjustment period takes some time. You need to support with these kind of things, with the yoga practices like cleansing, the early morning panchakriyas, cleaning the nose, eyes, and the rectum. You have to clean that. You have to clean the shit from your system, everyone. Newsflash, okay? Whoops. And so those kind of things, and then sleeping with the wet towel on your stomach. It's because the heat, frustration, right? This is the 64 fevers: anger, fear, greed, lust. They're all a different fever. This is why you see yogis sit in a circle of fire, because they're burning each one of those fevers out of their system. Then you become untouched. So another one of that is keeping the intestine clean. Then the intestine, that fire that burns the food normally, will start to burn the impurities in your system. And it literally can start to purify the lungs, so your system can get, along with the support of Haritaki cleansing your lungs, your body will be able to get energy from just the air around us. So it does to a certain extent already. Like even we know getting the energy from the sun and whatnot, or what do they call it, vitamin D or something. We even know that our body has that ability, just like plants. The human body is further evolved than the plant body, so it has all those qualities inside. But you have to train the system to get that, open that possibility up through the DNA. That's why we need initiation from the master to make it happen. Then we just live it. Otherwise, maybe you have to sit for 65, 70 years training these things, and it may or may not happen depending on various factors. So you take initiation guidance from the bona fide real guru, then you can just make it happen just by decision. So these are some of the basics so that I wanted to share. Very simple, actually, integrated lifestyle, right? So we covered things like teeth brushing, morning routine, yoga, breathing, exercise, muscle building, diet, psychological, mental healing, right? So all that is already there. Just need simple things that we just do. So you simplify your life, it becomes very simple. It doesn't have to be so complicated, right? Neem juice, neem powder you use to brush your teeth. You also use it as a soap, and then you also eat it to cleanse the lust from your body, right? So the same thing works for so many things. Turmeric's the same thing, cleansing your body inside and out, right? So all these things. Castor oil, same thing actually. Apply for cooling on your all 9 gates of your body, especially on the belly, on the top of your head, and you can even bathe when you're taking a bath. You can also use this, so very cooling, right? Same things, right? So this is the Haritaki powder. You can brush your teeth with that. You can use that as a soap. So life's not like you don't need 25 different products just to take a bath with, you know, and even eat, right? All the same things you're having without any combined side effects, you can use just to cleanse. So the more you cleanse and purify the body, then the more impact they will have. Like when your body gets more clean, you won't need the tea and coffee. You just the ginger and the licorice root, you get so much energy. And from completion, and from yoga, from deep breathing, from clarity. When you have clarity in your life, you get a lot of energy. So anyway, just wanted to share. We don't have to have life so complicated. You don't have to know 5 food groups. You just know 2 yogi food groups: Haritaki castor oil food group and herbal juices food group. Okay, very simple. So thank you, everyone. We wanted to share that because it's super exciting and amazing. Swamiji guides us every day, and I really just wanted to say once more about make sure you're sleeping with a wet towel on your stomach, because so soothing, so calming, and so healing. You'll see it takes so much heat. Especially the thing is, like when you're working on cleansing the body and you get burning the impurities out, that heat and frustration happens, you know. So it's just like that, right? If you're feeling like that and you just wet down the dhoti or wet down the towel and put on your head, right, and carry on your body, you feel the soothing calm. So same thing happens with using these things like that castor oil. Put on your body after bathing or before sleeping. Just rub it into your belly. You can even put under your armpits. You can put on the top of your head, especially. It should be like on your nose so you can smell it. You can put on your eyelids and your ears, because there's many different ways to take food. You can take solid food, liquid food, food you have to lick like honey, food that you inhale, and you can take food on your skin. So medicines, not all medicines need to be taken only inside this mouth, so that it has to go through the stomach. If you apply medicine like this vibhuti or kumkum or jnananjana, turmeric powder, or haritaki powder is very good for skin. Neem oil is super good for skin, and castor oil is very hydrating. So when you apply, these powders will be called like aushadha, like a conscious energy infused medicine. So you're not just taking those pharmaceuticals that have negative side effects and dangerous combined side effects that can kill you and that don't cure you, but they just make you a patient for life. So when you put the medicine on the body, on the skin, it goes right to your being. So when you take the food medicine, it goes through your stomach, has to go through your stomach. But when you put the medicine right on your skin, it goes right to your core being. So this gets into the mystical sciences of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So anyway, this is something that people need to know about. It's possible. You can live happily, you can go beyond your fears and doubts, you can go beyond headaches, migraines, pains, worries, a stiff body, guilt of the past. You can do it. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And it's this simple. It's like you just have these things. You have enough for brushing your teeth, cleaning your body, and all your food, just in those 2 food groups. There's not much to know, right? I mean, there's not much to it. Once you know, there's not much to it. Just doing it, and it happens. And so making those physical changes, because we have the withdrawal, right? Whether it's even from getting fear strokes, if you get scared by something or something, those chemicals stay in your body for many, many, many days, and it takes a long time to just reestablish the system stably. So you'll find when you're detoxing, especially when people go in near heart, something about your emotions and stuff sway, and it happens often because of just chemical imbalance. It's just chemicals, so you just need to get through those times. So when you go through it once or twice, the impact will be much less the next time that attack happens. So these kind of things are really super great, because the more clean energy sources you have for your body, like completion, yoga, even bathing, like those kind of things that give you energy, right? If you're in a terrible mood or sleepy or whatever, if you pour a bucket of ice water on your head, it'll wake you up and give you clarity, right? So simple methods, right? You don't have to go to pharmaceuticals, right? Take a cold bath, right? 4 or 5 times a day, take a cold bath, right? That'll wake you up. That'll break these kind of worries, right? So there's simple, sustainable yogic solutions that are solutions, and it's not a dependency, but it frees you from being dependent and bound by chemicals in your body that cause emotional reactions. So you can do it, and it's amazing how much energy you can get from just a cup of ginger, and how it doesn't have the after effect of the sugar high and low, or the coffee high and low, or the tea high and low, but the ginger just kind of like it. You just have to try it, and the licorice is super sweet. So anyway, that's kind of everything in one little short video. Actually, it's become very long, so I suppose fewer people will watch, but anyway, it's good information and it's great. And yeah, so then if you we can talk more about bathing. It's pretty simple. You just mix those things I mentioned earlier in a bucket. Ashutoshananda gives a pretty good explanation how to do all that. That's all. You just mix it in a bucket with some water, grab a cloth, clean yourself off, and then remaining water, you can just rinse it out. So you can use the same stuff for cleaning your hair. So it's simple, natural, organic, sustainable, and low cost, and multifunctional yogic teas. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Swamiji for everything, and sharing so many of these things so many times, so that we can start to understand and apply them. So it's real freedom when you can go beyond food in that way. And the bindings of living on the grid and being bound by the grid, you can actually get out of it. It just takes a decision, and if you fall off, that's okay. Failing is not intolerable. Just not aligning back to integrity, to yourself, is not tolerable. So just align yourself back to the intention of being integrated to yourself. Thank you, everyone, and I hope someone finds this helpful. I know it's helped me a lot, and that's all for right now. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam.